Okay, kejap. Hello, testing. My background's not nice. I need to change it.
Hello cikgu, dapat?
Dapat. Oi, so stress.
Okey. Tidak apa, dia memang macam itu cikgu. Dia ada lambat sikit nak masuk.
Kejap, saya boleh change background ke? Kalau tak, saya kena manually.
Boleh. Dekat setting, change layout.
Okay, saya dah tekan, but I don't see.
Setting pergi dekat background.
Ya.
Yang ada tiga button tu.
Dah tekan apply. Tapi
Setting, lepas tu dekat background tu ada dapat tukar.
okay.
Okay ya? Alright.
Okay. Alright. Stress. I think iPad cannot. Dia kena install app kan ni. Tak apalah, pakai laptop je. Ya, susah dulu. Stress.
Okay, sekarang kita sudah live dekat YouTube. Dan tu, ya. Dekat tak apa. Nanti pukul 8 Cikgu Gary dia akan start lah. Okay?
Okay.
So, Zoho dia macam itu. Dia akan terus live. Okay. Apa-apa boleh PM cikgu dekat ruangan chat. Kalau Q&A semua orang boleh tengok. Chat hanya saya, cikgu dengan Cikgu Gary saja boleh tengok.
Chat dalam ni kan?
Ya, betul. Q&A semua pelajar boleh tengok. Kalau bukan Q&A semua orang boleh tengok. Kalau chat hanya saya, technical, cikgu dengan Cikgu Gary saja boleh akses.
Okay.
Okay
saya nak cuba share screen, boleh kan?
Share screen boleh. Lepas tu share screen. Lepas tu cikgu tekan entire screen.
Entire screen.
Ya.
Alright. Picture in picture. Okay.
Kalau cikgu nak, sekarang paparan cikgu semua hanya screen saja kan? Betul? Kalau cikgu nak tengok Q&A, cikgu masuk guna satu lagi peranti ataupun telefon supaya cikgu dapat tengok apa Q&A daripada budak.
Dalam Zoho app ini.
Betul.
Okay. I try
supaya cikgu boleh akses, boleh tengok cikgu peranti satu, cikgu tengok slide, satu lagi cikgu tengok soalan daripada budak. Okay Okay.
Welcome.
Satu peranti tu cikgu mute dia punya tu. Okay, alright. Ya.
So 10 more minutes. Okay, now saya rasa tak boleh on device ni. Ni akan echo. Think better don't. Mungkin kena minta moderator pass soalan lah.
Okay, boleh.
Okay.
Nanti moderator pun belum masuk saya rasa. Belum masuk lagi.
It's okay.
Start, Cikgu. Okay, it's 8 p.m. already sharp, right? So
Right.
let's get started. So a very good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you tuning in live from all corners of Sarawak and beyond. My name is Mr. Gary, and I'm honored to be your moderator for tonight's 17th SPM 2025 webinar series, proudly brought to you by Pertubuhan Aspirasi Guru Sarawak, PAGS, in collaboration with Majlis Guru Cemerlang Sarawak, and supported by the Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development Sarawak, MITE. This webinar series is a special initiative under the Sarawak Education Enhancement Program, SEEP, designed with utmost care and purpose to support all our SPM candidates, especially those who need that extra guidance as we draw closer to the national examination. The next focus is on English listening, road to A+, a topic that resonates with many of our students aiming to score high in this often underestimated component of the English paper. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce to you our speaker for evening, none other than Madam He Wei Wei, a Guru Cemerlang for English from SMK Bintulu, Sarawak. Madam He is a respected teacher, known for her passion, dedication, and innovative approaches in teaching English. Her experience in coaching students to success in SPM English is both admirable and inspiring. So tonight, her session entitled English Listening Road to A+, promises to be informative, practical, and most importantly, student-focused. So without further ado, let's welcome Madam He Wei Wei to begin her sharing. Madam He, all yours.
All right. Thank you, Gary. So allow me to just continue on. So for tonight, we are focusing on reading. I realized that the poster, there was some misunderstanding. I was supposed to cover listening to that, but I decided to swap it because I'll be having another 2 sessions after this in both September and October. So I decided to push listening to then, and we cover the reading by today. So let us just continue on. Allow me to briefly explain myself. I am from SMK Bintulu. I was a student there, and now I'm a teacher there. So I've taught English for 8 years now, the 8th year already. And my personal interest within the field of education is to develop teaching aids and so on. All right, now we continue on. So the agenda for today, purely on reading paper, more the focus here is to share how to score each part better, because I'm not too sure though, the students here, how do you usually score your reading paper? Do you have any tips, any skills that you rely on or for each of the parts, or you just go in and okay, this is A, this is B, and so on? If you want to score well, you need to know the skills, the tips on how to score each part better, right? And we continue on with this. I need everyone. I'm not too sure how many students are here. I need you to fill in this pre-test first. There'll be 10 questions. The link,
And
can I have
51 people online currently.
Okay, that's good. Okay, maybe we can have the moderator to help paste the link into the chat so that they can access easier. Either that or you just use your phone to scan it. In the link, you have to fill in your name, your school. We're quite interested to find out where you're from. Last year, we had students from Penang and Johor. I was very surprised. I'm very interested to know where you are from for now. Okay, so I'll be giving at most 5 minutes, and we will continue on to the next slide in 5 minutes, which is 8:10. Okay, I need to time myself. If not, I'll get carried away.
And Madam I
Yes.
think the pre-test link is already pasted in the Q&A section. So the people
Oh.
the student can click the link. Yes.
Okay.
Then go to your Q&A tab. You can just click the soalan pre-test questions. The link is there, right?
So far, I've only seen one student answered.
Okay, I will try to press it again.
From Samariang, SMK Banda Samariang. That's in Kuching. So another 3 minutes. Well, do it slowly. Don't rush it. You have to slowly read it and think about the answers. Those questions will be covered later. So yeah, everyone just answer at ease. Don't worry. Right, I'm seeing more entries from Batu Kawa and also from Marudi. Wow, Marudi. Kenapa? There's someone asked, kenapa saya punya tidak boleh dengar? Oh, that's a very good question. I need the technical people to answer this. Did you allow the audio to run on your device? Could be that. Okay, kena coba tu dulu. Right, I'm seeing more schools, Dato Permaisuri Miri, Kapit.
Somebody said, kenapa saya punya tidak boleh dengar? The rest, can you please respond? Can you hear anything from us? If you can hear, put that yes there.
I just answered him. Mungkin device audio tak buka, tapi manalah dia dengar kan? They should how to reply in her.
That in the Q&A, you just reply. So
Just some of them reply yes. I don't think there's any place for me to type in Q&A. Oh no. Wait, let me. Is Mr. Firdaus here? Use browser, is it okay? Well, as long as you are here, yeah, sure. Okay. Yes, I'm seeing the answers and the responses jumping out from Bintango, SMK Gedong, Kuang Hua, Telang Usan, Sarike. Wow, it feels like all over Sarawak, surprisingly. Kidorong. Hello, Bintulu. You're the first in Bintulu. Oh.
I use browser, is it okay? Yes, you can use any browser that you can use. Okay, it's a web-based, right? As long as you do internet connection, then you can live stream us.
Hello Cikgu Hi.
Hello,
Ada suara saya dengar. Ada suara ke Cikgu?
ada dengar.
Ada? Okey.
Ada. Cikgu Hui.
Hello Cikgu Hi.
Unmute your microphone.
Ada suara ke?
Unmute.
Hi. Oh, I thought.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I think I pressed. Sorry, everyone. Sorry,
Okay.
maybe I pressed something. Okay, I'm too old for this.
Please continue.
Okay, good. All right. Now, as I was saying just now, probably everyone missed it already. So at this stage, Form 5 students, especially for my school, we are sitting for the trial papers next week, actually starting this week. So at this stage, you should know already, there are 5 parts to the reading paper, and each part they look at different things. So for part 1, oh no, there's a typo. Sorry, it's 8 questions. Q&A based on a stimulus. It's what we say, a short paragraph, and you have to really understand each line to get the answer. And then for the part 2, the 10 questions, you fill in the gap with the most appropriate vocabulary. Some may think that it's on grammatical items, but no. If you check back the past year papers, especially starting from 2023, 22, 23, and 24, almost all 10 questions are on vocabulary. It's no longer on grammar. Grammar is only in 2021, only 1 question. The rest of it is all vocab, and it's what we call slightly advanced vocabulary. All right. And then for part 3, it's based on a long comprehension text. There are tricks to this part. I will explain later. And then for part 4, it's filling the gap. I personally find that this part is the hardest in reality. I agree with everyone. This is the hardest. Sometimes I don't get it all correct too. And the last part, part 5, we believe, well, I believe that this is one of the parts that you can easily score 4 out of 4. Filling the gap would be slightly challenging if you don't know what to look out for. All right. Now, let's focus on this. This is the contoh kertas jawaban that you will see. This is exactly the same. Let me just enlarge it. It's exactly the same for both reading and listening. Both reading and listening. As we all know, listening, there are 30 questions. And then for reading, there are 40 questions. Meaning you have to know exactly where to fill in the answers. And then, as we know, for reading, only the last 4 answers are written in the space. Okay? A lot of students, they make the mistake whereby they thought that part 4, the matching the gaps, they thought that they should write the answers at the side. No, 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 no. The correct way is you're supposed to darken it. Sorry, wrong color. Let me change. Okay. You're supposed to darken it. Make sure if you have your pen, your pencil or the mechanical pencil, it must be dark enough. It must be dark enough to cover the ABCDs. The same goes for other objective papers. Yeah? The same goes because the machine scans using the laser. They scan, not the, it's very elaborated to explain it, but I'm telling you right now, your school teacher probably would give you this piece of paper later on. And what I'm reminding you here right now is your pencil must be dark enough that it can cover the A word, the answer exactly. And for the rest of the answers, let's say for question 39, you think that it's any word that we can think of, let's say kid, then you write it there. You write it there. Only for the 4 answers here, you write it at the space. If example just now, the 6 questions, you go and write A here. Unfortunately, yeah, you go and do this thing. You go and write A here. You don't darken the answer. Then I'm telling you right now, you're losing this mark immediately. You're losing this 28 mark, the score immediately. Yeah? So I'm here to remind you, please remember, for reading paper, only the last 4 questions, you write the answer at the space. The rest of it, you darken it. Make sure the darkened answers are dark enough to cover the word itself. All right, so that's what some of my colleagues reminded me to remind everyone. Okay, now we continue on to part 1. Part 1, as I explained just now, is a short stimulus, usually a paragraph of roughly either 3, 4, or 5 sentences, depending on how long the sentences are, and we read for details. What I recommend here, the trick here is to cross out, or you eliminate, you cross it out, any wrong answers, because a lot of times the questions A and B can be, you can think that, oh, it's very similar, both I can accept. But in actual fact, there's only one best answer that you should accept. All right, now without wasting much time, continue on. So I'll be giving around 6 or 7 examples here. I forgot. You can check. I think I gave everyone already the printable notes. Either you download it or you just take a piece of paper and you write it down. It's okay. No issues here. Oh, before I continue on, I want to do something. Sorry, wait. Before I continue on, okay, because there's certain things I need to adjust. Okay, better. All right. Okay, so this is a clone question from 2021, exactly the question 1 there. All right, so I will always recommend students read the questions first. What is Indra's purpose in writing this email? All right, okay, to persuade Ahmad, his friend, to become his partner. Okay, then we highlight this. Well, if you have a highlight, you highlight it, that, or you underline it. And the next B, to inform Ahmad that training starts the next day. Okay, or C, to remind him the dates. Okay, I think quite obvious for A, B, and C. What are the answers? And we look at the text. Hi, Ahmad. I always like to skip, right? Sorry. To ahmad@email.com. Subject, badminton competition. Hi, Ahmad. Remember the badminton competition Mr. Faisal talked about? It's happening. It'll be on Saturday, 4th of March. We were so close to winning the doubles last time. We can do it this time. If we're going to take part, we need to register by the end of the week and start training as a pair tomorrow. Regards, Indra. All right, so
Cikgu Hee, I think you have muted yourself again. Please unmute. Okay, now I can hear you.
Sorry.
Maybe you accidentally clicked the mic button. It's okay.
I think the phone, my iPhone, keeps connecting to the. Well, let me check.
I will tell you when your mic is mute. All right, don't worry.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so can anyone answer this question? What do you think is the answer? Why Indra wrote this email to Ahmad based on this? Usually the telltale sign is it's repeated in 1 or 2 sentences, right? I have not seen any answer. I'm rushing to the next slide, so I'll just talk about it. So the telltale sign is here. We were so close to winning the last time. We can do it this time. It's like begging your friend, please come, please. So quite obvious. The answer is A, to persuade Ahmad to become his partner. So these are some of the more common question types: to guess the intention or to guess the purpose of the writer. Okay, so this is one of it. We move on. So another type of questions that we can see in part 1 are to find the highlighted issue. What's the highlighted issue for this question? Okay, so we read the questions first before going to the text. The text highlights the concern the music company has on A, the way illegal sharing is affecting the internet users. Okay, how it's affecting them. Okay, sorry, I think main point should be this one. And then reduce record sales due to poor music quality. Or here, C, how singers are suffering from financial loss. All right, so singers are suffering. All right, so roughly we know already the central idea of this is revolving around music. Okay. The Entertainers Music Enterprise EME plans to take legal action against about 200 internet users for exchanging music online without permission, which has caused a drop in album sales. The company sees this act as stealing the income from the artists who have worked hard. They also hope that the action would immediately stop this from continuing. So very long, very confusing. I have students in my school. They're very confused with the answer. Okay, but here, usually the concern here, you can, the telltale sign is, I mean, it might sound as a bit useless if I say it, but you can find it either at the top of the paragraph or exactly middle of the paragraph or at the end of the paragraph. Okay, I mean, you will say, oh, teacher, that's essentially telling us not much that you're telling us, I know, but usually they will put the answers around those areas. Okay, so the concern of the music company, all right, is actually this: stealing the income from the artists who have worked hard. They hope that the action will immediately stop. So quite obvious, the answer is C. How singers are suffering from financial loss. Okay, I think I forgot to do one thing. We're supposed to cross out the answers. Oh no. Okay, so let's talk about why A and B are wrong. So the way illegal sharing is affecting the users, okay, it's not affecting the users. Let me enlarge it, sorry. So they're actually affecting, okay, the singers. Hence why we cross out A. Reduce record sales not because of poor music quality, but I think quite obvious, the word here is pirating. Okay, they pirate the music, right? Quite obvious. Okay. So what we are preaching here, what we are doing here is I'm telling you, you should, let's say we say C is the answer, but at the same time, we should find out why A and B are wrong. Okay, we continue on. Okay, so another common type of questions that we can see for part 1 is to guess the headline. This is from also, oh sorry, let me recap just now. That one was from 2021, question 3. Again, this one is from 2021, question 5. Okay, we continue on. So to guess the headline, here, a lot of times students are confused. What is a suitable headline? And it correlates to what is often mentioned in the text. Apa yang selalu disebut-sebut dalam text itu. That is what you're supposed to find. Okay, so which of the following is the most suitable headline for the extract? Functions of brain, improving mental performance, or multitasking strengthens the brain. All right, let's go. The brain functions like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Learning new things, varying your routine, meaning make it into different patterns, not just one type. Having heated debates and playing an instrument help your brain to make new connections and function better. Do one thing at a time. Research finds that multitasking affects memory and concentration. Okay, now, sorry. Okay, so the most suitable headline here, it will be something that is consistently mentioned. So you see here, it talks about the brain function, but I don't think it's A, because it rarely talks about what the brain can do. I mean, the different functions of the brain, the hypothalamus and so on. No, we're not talking about those things. Obviously, A is out. And why I say C is wrong? Because here, this is a sentence. Do one thing at a time. Multitasking affects it. Meaning, with this, C is wrong. So the answer is B, improving mental performance, which is further solidated by this, all this learning new things, varying your routine, debates, instrument, help your brain make new functions and function better, which is to improve mental health, right? So I think that's it. Not too hard. We continue on. So the next two examples are all from 2024. Okay, so here another type of common questions that we can see is to find the correct information, to identify the correct information, because they give you two slightly weird ones and the only correct one. Okay, so from the text we know that customer must make bookings before the year ends. Is it like that? There are changes being made at the hotel. There are changes. Okay. And some facilities are currently unavailable. Facilities unavailable. Right. Which is the answer? Let's read. Altitude City Hotel. Altitude City Hotel recently revealed the first phase of its makeover with 8 suite types, right? First phase of its makeover. There's a telltale sign already. The work is expected to be completed next January, but the hotel promises that other facilities are running as usual, okay? Whether it's a business trip or cozy family meetup, these new suites offer something special to start your year. So I think quite obvious. A should not be the answer because it's not mentioned. Okay, for this, it's not mentioned. So A should not be the answer. So it's between B and C. There are changes being made at the hotel. There is makeover. And we look at C. Work is expected to be completed, but it's promised that other facilities are running as usual. So other facilities are currently unavailable. Now, a lot of students might say, oh, teacher, both are correct. Now, remember, if you read the instruction for part 1, they tell you to choose the best answer. They don't tell you to choose the correct answer. So there are times both answers are correct, but you have to choose the best answer. And I can tell you right now, the best answer is C, because here it's already mentioned, it's expected to be completed by next January, but some of the facilities are already running, meaning some are unavailable, right? So that's the answer. Now we continue on. So for the next common type of questions that you can find in part 1, we're still in part 1, oh my God, I need to rush. Okay, so to guess the main aim, the main purpose of the text, why this text is written, okay, to show the importance of following the trend, okay, or to encourage people to rethink the way they shop, or to compare the different approaches when shopping, right? Years ago, people were unwilling to buy second-hand clothes. Today, it's increasingly popular. Do you realize that it saves not only the environment, but also your money? You could get the clothes for a much lower price while spending less than you did when you bought new things. Let's be eco-friendly, money-savvy, and look awesome at the same time. I can tell you, yes, it does seem like all ABC are mentioned, right? If we look at C, compare the different approaches to compare whether to buy second-hand clothes or to buy new things, and to encourage them to rethink the way they shop. Okay, here is mentioned. Realize that it wants you to rethink. Is it really good to buy new clothes? And then to show the importance of following trend. I don't think this one is mentioned, huh? Following the trend. Wait. It is mentioned here. Today, it's increasingly popular. A lot of my students say, teacher, all three answers I mentioned, I would say yes. Again, I remind you, we are looking for the best answer. So how to find the best answer? The main text, the main aim, it means that it's repeatedly mentioned. Repeatedly mentioned. This idea is repeatedly mentioned. So, second-hand clothes, it is increasingly popular. It saves environment and also your money. You could get it at a way much lower price. So you can see it is actually trying to encourage people to rethink the way they shop, not to show the importance of following the trend. This is only mentioned, technically it's not mentioned. It only states that buying second-hand clothes is getting more popular, but it does not say that, oh, follow the trend. And also to compare is only in one sentence as compared to consistently being mentioned in all the sentences. B would be the answer here. All right? Okay, reminder, we are looking for the best answer here. Okay, moving on. My God, how many more slides to the next part? I should go faster. All right. Now, as mentioned just now, I think 3 slides ago, finding the correct information. Right, so what does the text say about the autofocus feature in phone cameras? It is an aspect that companies always try to improve. Okay, companies, they try to improve it. You know what? I start to realize that it's too thin, the lines. Let me change it. All right. It's something that people pay too much attention. Right. That looks way better. Sorry. Okay. And then it's a reason why people take more photos in the past. More photos. All right. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Some people give importance to the autofocus feature of a phone camera. Mobile phone manufacturers are continuously competing to be the best at it. I think it's mentioned already, right? Recognizing it as a valuable selling point. Previously, people were not able to judge the distance of the object from the lens, but automatic focus in phone cameras today has solved that issue. I think quite obvious. C is not mentioned, right? I don't think it's mentioned here at all. Okay, and then let's look at B. It's something that people pay too much attention to. I don't think so, because it is just mentioned here. People were not able to judge the distance. But do they focus on it? I don't think so. It's, again, more to false instead of not mentioned. So obviously the answer is A, because it's mentioned here. They are continuously competing to be the best at it. Do you know any phone brands with good camera quality? And all this, it extends to a lot of things that you should know. It might come on your speaking, just in case. All right, let me check Oh my God, last question finally. Oh my God, I should be faster. Oh my God. Okay, now, so another common type of questions that we can see in part 1 is to interpret the information. It gives you a chunk of idea and you have to think about it. What is it trying to tell me? Okay, now let's look at the question. What does the writer suggest about Katerina Young? She's the main reason why the movie is good. All right, she understands. She's the main reason. All right, she understands people who work for her, or she uses music in a highly original way. I do feel that this phrase is a bit weird, but okay, highly original way. All right, I haven't realized the power of a soundtrack until watching The Star. The music director of this film, Katerina Young, is brilliant. I've heard nothing like it. The right sounds and music can bring depth to a story. It's truly a game changer to have people like her and her team who see these aspects. Now, let's look at A. She's the main reason why the movie is good. I don't think it's mentioned. It's only mentioned here. It's a game changer that people like her, which brings a fresh breath to this film industry. But to say that she's the reason why the movie is good, I would put it as, I don't think it's mentioned. Okay, not really mentioned here, right? She understands the people who work with her. I don't think it's mentioned at all. Sorry. All right. Obviously, it's this one, right? Because this is the piece of information you're supposed to interpret. Okay. I've heard nothing like it. It's because it's used in a highly original way. All right. So with that, there are different types of questions you need to know. They might appear in part 1. So for all of it, I can only cover a few. There's actually more, but I can only cover this much. I'm just here to remind you, read the lines. Read the questions first, and then read line by line. Different types of question requires different types of techniques. That one you should know. Right, now, let's move on to part 2. Part 2 here, it tests your vocabulary. Some grammatical aspects, I say some, but in actual fact, it only appeared in 2001 once, okay, for grammatical aspects. So mostly it is still on vocabulary. And just saying, for this part, you should have read a lot of books, which brings us back to the question. I believe a lot of students here key in a lot of books for Nilam, right? If you claim that, oh, teacher, I read around 300 pages of book every week, then if you do that, supposedly for part 2, you should score very well. If you don't, then I'll question your Nilam. Do you really read it? All right, let's move on. So, again, I'm picking examples from both 2021 and 24. Okay, so let's just immediately dive in the question here. This has led to his. Let me. I think I should not be that. I should be more patient. Let me go through the whole paragraph. Okay, so since childhood, Norman Abdullah has a great interest in superhero movies and comics. This has led to his vast means a lot of what about them, as well as his impressive personal collection of superhero models, vast collection, vast knowledge, vast awareness, and know a lot, or vast selection, vast choices. I think quite obvious. Vast here refers to knowledge. He knows a lot about the superheroes, right? So 4 of it entirely different. You should know exactly which is the correct answer. Most of it are on, just saying, most of it are on nouns instead of verbs. If you notice, we'll show you more examples. Okay, so recently the 40-year-old car painter, what his passion? The telltale signs is to the next level by making suits inspired by the superheroes. I think quite obvious. This one is took his passion to the next level. I don't think it's made his passion, move his passion. No, improve his passion. No, I don't think so. All those does not match. Okay, now we move on. Let me adjust a bit. So just now I keep mentioning only one grammatical item you see. This is the one. This is the only time we see the grammatical item. Other than that, you don't see anymore. It's all the vocabs. Okay, now at 17, Norman started working as a carpenter in Kuala Lumpur. Something he spent 4 years working in his uncle's workshop. I think this one quite obvious. The answer should be where, because it refers back to so it refers back to this thing where he spent 4 years working. All right, we continue on. There he learned to make changes to the what? Make changes to what? And the telltale sign is here. Paint them according to the customer's wishes. So obviously make changes to the appearance, not the functions, not positions, not display, because we're talking about painting already. This is about appearance. All right. So vocab, mostly on vocab. Okay. So we just go for a few more. So there are many what to becoming an influencer. Anyone here wants to become an influencer? I mean, I don't judge. Influencers earn a lot of money. Okay, can, boleh, can. But we hope they go for another more stable job. Okay, so there are many paths, forms, courses, journeys. Here, the correct answer will be this: paths, pathways. There are a lot of ways to become an influencer. Many established influencers, what? Okay, that you need specific writing expertise, but there's plenty of proof that this is not the case. So they are doing the action. What you? Maybe they are telling you, but which one is telling? Demand that you need. Kind of weird. Imagine, I don't think it's the answer. Focus. Focus is usually paired with on. So you can see that it might not be correct here. So it's between these two. Demand that you need. Insist that you need would be a better answer. All right. Almost anyone can succeed if they have the drive and what? Time to think through all the possibilities, right? If they, this is what we call phrasal verb. When it's combined, it turns into another meaning. Bring time? I don't think so. Force time? I don't think so. Make time, it does make sense. Make time means that you space out, you leave out some time for this. Get time. I think quite obvious. Make time. If you read a lot, as you claim in your Nilam records, then you will know the answer. Right, we continue on. Brainstorming Again, this is still from 2024. It's actually from the same text, but I cut it out just to fit it in one slide. Okay, we'll continue on. Brainstorming for ideas is the most challenging what? In creating digital content. This is perhaps the most challenging part, but part is not here. So let's look at the more appropriate answer. It's the most challenging phase. It does look like it's the most challenging time, the phase. Most challenging concept, most challenging strategy. I will put it no immediately. The most challenging responsibility. You know, some of it does make sense, but for this one, I think, not I think, but definitely is phase, the most challenging part in creating digital content. There's nothing wrong with finding your what in an area, finding your what in an area, learning from others in the same area, finding your presence, finding your strength, that's look at his answer, finding your ability. No. Finding your talent. Now, I think let's put A as wrong. Now, some might say, teacher, both B and D looks acceptable. They both look acceptable. But you look at the next part, learning from others in the same area. I don't think you can learn talent, but you can learn from others' strength. That will be more suitable. Okay, so you always compare the front and back the answers. Okay, going with the tried and true techniques can be effective in achieving what? Okay, but don't get too comfortable. The best content creators are always striving to better. Okay, can be effective in achieving missions, achieving wishes. Kind of weird. Achieving results, that seems like the answer. Achieving deals. You know, I could imagine that the content creator is trying to strike a deal with someone, but no. Let's not get too psyched. Achieving missions. I don't think it should be mission here because the result here is to create digital content. Okay, always don't get too sidetracked with the answers. You can always argue that, oh, teacher, all of it can be accepted, but no. Again, we are looking for the best answer. All right, so that's it for part 2. I think so, yeah. Just to remind you, part 2 focuses more on vocabulary. If you don't trust me, you can go and buy the past year book. You can look through all 4 years, and all 4 years, 40 questions for part 2. Only 1 is on grammatical item, right? Okay, we continue on. Part 3. These are some of the tips. So you are supposed to read a long comprehension text, very long, okay? You read for the details. What I recommend my students to do always is to read the questions first. Okay, why? Because we are not reading for fun here. No. We are reading to score. Hopefully, wow, if we can, right? We are not reading for fun. We are reading for A+, meaning we are reading with a mission. We read the questions first. Yeah, reminder, please. Because when you read the questions first, you have a better idea of what you're looking for, instead of you read the text first and you get confused already. Oh my god, what am I looking for? Especially with the trend that the questions are not marked with paragraph numbers. Certain trial papers from certain states, you can see that they mark the paragraph numbers for you. But for the real SPM questions, they don't give you the paragraph. They don't tell you, oh, from paragraph 1, what do you think? No, 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 no. They don't do that. They ask you the question immediately. You're supposed to skim through the text. Each question corresponds to a paragraph, meaning it is always in continuous. Okay, sorry. Continuous. Continuous. Okay. So, meaning that it's always going down in sequence. Question 1, question 2, question 3. Then you go through the paragraphs. It will be lined up, not properly, but it will be consistently, continuously, consecutively going down. It will not skip ahead. You will not be going for question 1, then suddenly question 5, 3, 2, no. It's always 1, 2, 3, consecutively, yeah? Okay, so what I recommend students to do is to read the questions first so that you have a grasp of idea. Oh, what am I looking for? Instead of, oh my God, what am I looking for? And after you read the text and get very confused, okay? So those are the tips that I share with you, which are evidently useful for my last year student because they scored really well in their reading. Oh, not to brag, but yeah, just that. Okay, let's continue on. Okay. So this is taken from 2024. I snipped out the paragraphs and the questions immediately just to help you have a better idea that the questions are following the paragraphs and you just need to find which paragraph it is. And just to prove to you, okay, question 19, 20, it mentions the line but not the paragraph. If it's line, it's tag, yes. If it's paragraph, no. And then you see the question. All of it does not mention from which paragraph. What does that mean? You have to find the answers. So again, a reminder, read the questions first, then go to the paragraphs. Okay, so let's look at 19. Why was the writer told to get back to the shop quickly? All right, he would usually stop to chat with others. I think all mothers are guilty of this. Do you agree with me? Yes, my own mother is the same. We continue on. There were other deliveries to be made. Is it? Okay. It was a regular customer's request. Is it? Or the customer did not live far away. The answer is A. Do you think the answer is A? Any other answers though? Some say, sorry, those are previous answers. Okay, sorry, for this one, what do you think is the answer? Why was the writer told to get back to the shop quickly? The wives, mothers are always the most demanding. Ran the flower shop, help her at the weekends. Did not mind that I always enjoy meeting people, get an order. It should be an easy delivery. Come right back, instructed, as she need me to be in and out the whole day. I was sure I would not be long, but I was wrong. How about B? B because, sorry, let me check. Some of you, some if not all, technically only 2 people answered, saying B. I agree with you. There were other deliveries. Okay, where is it mentioned? Because it mentioned here. He thought that it's supposed to be 1, right? And then suddenly he said that, oh, I need you to be in and out the whole day. Meaning the whole day, the wife's going to send him out to do all the deliveries. So yes, was it mentioned that he usually stopped to chat with others? Technically, no. Always remember to check whether B, C, D is wrong, are wrong. Regular customers request. Regular customer, that is the wife. Obviously wrong already. And then the customer did not live far away. Again, was it mentioned? Not really. It's only mentioned that it's in the old neighborhood. Is it not that far away? Not really mentioned. Okay, so with that, we understand and we move on. Okay. Again, read the questions first. In line 10, sorry, let me readjust this. Wait that. I think my fingers are too cold that it cannot detect. Wait, sorry. Okay. Line 10. Sorry. Just to explain how we count the lines is exactly like 7, 8, 9, 10. They count it like that. We don't count the sentences, but we count it by line. Okay, but it's always labeled for you, so don't worry. The paragraphs are not mentioned. Okay, so in line 10, why was the area a perfect battle zone, a battlefield for the children to play in? No one bothered them, right? A well-sized mound, meaning it's like curved ground. A lot of space to run, or they could go there at any time. All right. So let's look at the text. I headed out alone without turning on the GPS, parked my car, saw a big mound that looked like a hill to us back then. Mound is like a sort of raised ground. We would storm the hill and loudly fire in the hole upon the enemy troops almost every afternoon. My God, it's going to be louder. Yet, whenever we invaded their garden, oh my God, it's someone else's garden. Despite all the shouting and screaming, the homeowner never came out to yell at us, which was what made it our perfect battleground. I think exactly telltale signs here. What do you think is the answer? Some, if not, B. Okay. Are you sure it's B? Oh, someone. No, Gloria changed back to A immediately. Yes, the answer is A. Because no one, despite all the shouting and screaming, the homeowner never came out to yell at us. I don't think I can do that. And imagine I'm taking my afternoon nap. And suddenly outside a lot of people shouting. Don't shout. But yes, if we live in a neighborhood, we should be more patient. Okay, we continue on. Now, 21, let's look at the question first. What made the writer run away without saying anything? Okay, a sense of embarrassment. Okay, maybe he did something and he felt embarrassed. Okay, a need to tell his friend about everything. Maybe he saw something or some scandal, some gossip. Hey, I need to run away. I must tell my friend. Okay, that or a fear. Something might happen to him. Okay, either that or a feeling of not knowing what to do. You're in a blur, in a state. What's going on like that? Okay, let's see. Suddenly, a huge hand reached over. Can you imagine that? Maybe it's reaching down and I grab it. Okay, he pulled me up, lifted me over the fence and put me on my ground. Oh, okay. I hardly gave the tall, bespectacled man a glance, but something on his face caught my attention. I have a lot of pimple scar now. Okay, never mind. I was so small standing in front of him, meaning that we can imagine that this man pulled him out of somewhere and he's standing in front of him, feeling very small. Terror gripped me, so I sprinted off. Oh, I ran away. So here is exactly the line that he ran away. Okay, so what do you think is the answer here? Okay, some say B, some say C. Okay, this is when we say some might be tricked by the question to find my friend, or is it terror grip me? I think the more suitable answer here, the best answer here should be fear. Fear of what might happen to him. Okay, so yes, someone answered D, not knowing what to do. Tidak lah, dia lari lah sebab dia takut. Terror grip me. Here's the answer. Okay, now with that, we continue on. I think I'll put one more question here. Okay, right, because I'm scared. We're only at 25 minutes. Now I'm scared. Okay, we'll continue on. When did the writer realize who the old man was? Okay, he realized that, oh, that's the old man. Perhaps we're thinking about that guy that pulled him out, right? Maybe. When he saw the old man's hand, or when he saw the mark on the face, or when he saw the man in the wedding photo, or when he saw the scarf he was holding, right? We don't know. Let's read. As I placed the lilies, the flowers on the dining table, a black and white wedding photo on the wall caught my attention. So there's this photo there, caught my attention. A beautiful bride in a sari, smiling next to a tall, handsome man. Okay, wedding photo. He was wearing a kurta with a scarf that looked like the one my father had. Okay, but so far it has not mentioned. He realized the old man. Okay, he realized that's the old man. I thought I saw a faded scar on the groom's cheek. Okay, and I took a closer look. It was the moment. That was the moment I realized he was the man with the huge hand who has saved me. So what do you think is the answer here? A, B, C, or D? Some say A. You sure? But in the photo, it's never mentioned he looked at the hand though. I think quite obvious here. I already highlighted for you. Come on. The answer is B. But I believe some would say, teacher, C. Isn't C also correct? Again, we are looking for the best answer. Yes, he saw the old man in the wedding photo, and then he realized, oh, that's the old man. But what made him realize is this, the scar. The scar on the face made him realize that. Remember, just now there was that part that he glanced at him and then saw something on the face. It's actually the same thing, the faded scar. Right, so with that, we are done with part 3. Just a reminder here, the text is very long. Read the questions first. Read the questions first, then go for the text. Again, reminder, we are not reading for fun. We are reading for A+. Right, let's continue on. Part 4, admittedly, to me, I think is the hardest. Not to mention you all. I personally think this is the hardest part because I always match it to the wrong places. And I realized that I'm not built for gap filling. Hey, fill in the gaps with the correct sentence. And to this, okay, let's immediately look at the, oh no, it's a bit small, huh? Okay. I think if you are on your laptop or your phone, you can just zoom in and zoom out. So my tip that I realized that helped me and my students to score better is we look at the answers first. We look at the answers first, but not just looking at it for fun, but we filter it out. Sorry, we filter the answers out. What does it mean to filter it out? Meaning we have a better idea of it should be in front of what, or it should be after what. Because some of the sentence, it gives you a telltale sign. They telltale that, oh, you can guess, oh, this should be after or before what. Okay, so let's look at A. These options offer a variety of styles that can never go wrong for their wearers. So meaning that in front of this, they must have mentioned something about the different options. Okay, then it's mentioned the options. Then it offers the variety of styles. Okay, next, it was then that people realized the potential of genes. It was then, meaning something happened before this. Something amazing maybe happened to the genes that made people realize, oh, wow, genes can be used to do this. Okay, so these are what we call as you filter through the answers first. Okay, the love for genes can be seen not only among youths, but across all ages, no matter how old. It does feel like, sorry, it's a bit huge here. Let's put 25 size. Okay. It does feel like this is a sentence fit for a conclusion, right? It does seem like it, but we cannot be 100% sure, yeah? Just seem like it. Okay, there is no need to replace them as they can be useful all year round. Meaning, perhaps before this is talking about maybe, I'm just guessing, like it's maybe perhaps we're talking about the change of seasons before this. We don't know. We need to guess that before this, what could have been mentioned. But then it's mentioned that, oh, genes is good all year round. And then it continues with this. There's no need to replace them as they can be useful all year round. Just saying, filter the answers. Guess what should be behind or in front of it. Okay. In the beginning, that made jeans different from other fashion trends. What is that? Something's mentioned, and that made jeans different. We don't know what. We have to read through it. All right, next. They want the image of freedom, confidence, and a youthful look. Perhaps this day, who is this day? We don't know. Whether it's the one selling the jeans, the one marketing the jeans, we don't know. But I'm imagining it should be like that. So someone is selling it and they want this jeans to be tied to the image of that. Could be, we don't know. Okay. And then the last two answers. Over time, it fades and gives these jeans their classic look. Okay. So this is about the style of it over time. I don't know. Okay. Ask any group of people why they like wearing jeans, and you'll get a range of answers why they like wearing jeans. So what could come after this is maybe it's mentioned all the reasons why they like jeans. Maybe could mention after this. All right, with that, it might look a bit small, okay, but I think it's doable. I was trying very hard to squish it in. All right, so it's already 9:14. I think a lot of you are still here. Let's try. I want you to attempt, because this is the hardest part that I think we should put a bit of effort in it. Okay, so let's say we give you around 5 minutes. Should be hopefully enough. Okay, maybe we extend a bit. Sorry, our moderators, we have to extend a bit. Maybe we end it at 9:40 or something. Sorry, yeah. Okay. Okay. So 5 minutes, you try to slot it in. What do you think are the answers? And good luck. We try, we try. Never give up. Oh, sorry. Okay. Right, we have half of the 5 minutes left. If you think you have the answers, you can try typing it down. Well, attempt. Two minutes left. I'm looking at the pre-test, the answers just now. There's someone called Aviana. Aviana, sekolah nama pun Aviana kah? Ayah. You're the only one that got it wrong, Aviana. Aviana, are you here? Which school are you from? Hey, orang lain semua jawab betul. Kamu jangan jawab Aviana. does seem like a majority of students are from Cebu, if I count correctly. Yeah, Cebu, especially from SMK Guanghua. Wow. Okay, it's 9:20 exactly. If you want to, you can post all the 6 answers down. I should not wait already. I should immediately just start the discussion. So, you see here for this one, for some, they're listing the reasons. Jeans are comfortable, easy to style. Others, they're fashionable and cool. Obviously, this answer should be H, because it's already mentioned here. Ask any group of people why they like. It's quite obvious. It fits. Okay, next. So it is mentioned here. At first, the jeans are used as workwear for farmers, laborers, and then the blank here. And it's proven to be durable, meaning that it's tough, it's resistant. So to this, the answer is quite obvious. It's D. There's no need to replace them as they can be useful all year round. It's durable and high in demand. Has continued until today. Fits exactly. Okay, next. 2 types of fabrics. Cotton, denim. Okay, and then denim provides more comfort. Does it? I don't think I like jeans, you know. This sentence makes me question it a bit. But anyways, denim offers more comfort. Indigo dye gives it a unique color. The color does not go too deep into the fabric like others. Blank. Because of that, many people prefer denim to cotton. So here, it makes a comparison of jeans where it's different from others. So here, the answer is E. Because the color does not go too deep into the fabric like others, which makes it different. Okay, we continue on. Numerous styles of jeans available from boot cuts to skinny jeans, making the choices endless. Blank, for example, they can be paired with the most finely tailored shirt. Plain white t-shirt makes you look smart and trendy. I think this one obviously is A, because we mentioned there's a lot of options that can be paired to a lot of styles. It's quite obvious, it fits. Next, so fashion items are for a specific season. Okay, summer, and then blank. They also look good, well worn. Yeah. You know, if it's me, I would just throw in D here. Okay, we continue on. All right, so they look good, well worn, as well as brand new. Okay, I think this one most I think it's B. Not I think, but definitely I have the answers. Okay, it was then people realized that the potential of jeans, okay, because it's getting more and more popular, being styled into dresses, scarves, and being styled into different fashion items. Right, and the last one, jeans have the ability to be people's favorite. I think quite obvious. It should be C. The love for jeans can be seen not only for youth, but across all ages. So it fits here exactly. The ability to be people's favorite and so on. Okay, so reminder for this part, what you should do, what I find as a more useful trick is you make a filter first. you filter through the answers, make sense of it, what should be in front or behind the sentences, and then you go to the text. Then you find it easier to slot the answers in. Right, now we go on to the last part. Oh no, it's already 9:25. Okay, so now I personally find that this part should be the easiest when it comes to these 4 questions. Oh, sorry, when it comes to these 4 questions, yes, but not these 4 questions. These 4 questions are rather hard, but there are tricks to scoring it. Okay, so to read a short stimulus, and yeah, all the basic things. But for this one, same as just now. Okay, let me enlarge it. So this is on time management. Same as just now, we make the filter first. You filter through all 6. Usually it's 6, A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, 6. Usually it's 6. And then for each of them, what they say, what Afis say, what Benny say, what Chi say, what Darius say, what Ashwa say, what Fatiha say. You immediately note it down so that it is way easier for you to match it. And I can guarantee you, it will not find this word exactly in there. You're supposed to roughly guess, oh, what is it about? Okay? They don't just give you the marks like that. You have to go and work for it. Okay, so I've been using again, going back to this, we are on time management, and what does each of the 6 young or old people have to say about time management? All right, so I've been using the application on my phone that helps me to concentrate while I study. Okay, I use my phone all the time. It's a distraction. Oh. Let me drop that. Okay, that I know I must cut down on. The application tracks the time I can use my phone and will motivate me with achievement badges for the time spent away from it. So here we can know that, oh, to him, phones are a distraction. And then he uses app application to help him to concentrate. So roughly the idea is this. Okay, now we continue on. Multitasking may work for others, but unfortunately not for me. Okay, when trying to do many things at once, I can never give enough attention to anything. Going back and forth is really exhausting too. I'd rather concentrate on one, then take a break when necessary before moving on to the next. I can tick off more things on my daily to-do list that way. All right, so for this fella, okay, so he rather concentrate on one, then a break, then move on. Obviously, yeah, let's do that. Concentrate on one, and then take a break, and then move on. So this is what Benny says. Okay. Next, growing up, I was often told to aim for the stars. Now that I'm older, I feel that it makes more sense to set achievable goals and take my time accomplishing them. Okay, that will allow me to face those challenges independently, making my own decisions, ultimately gain the confidence to accomplish them. At times, guidance from others can be helpful too. Okay, so in the past, he's told that, let's say, obviously, usually you only score 40, 30, 40 for sejarah. And then people tell you, oh, you must score A+ for sejarah. Maybe take it one step at a time. So for this person, he mentioned that to have goals and then to have guidance from the others. Okay, so roughly that's it. We move on. When I first started working, I was assigned to so many projects. Over time, it affected my ability to complete my work. Started to make mistakes and miss many deadlines for trying to meet others. Okay, what should you do? Decide which task is more important. Okay, the word here is actually prioritize. Prioritize that you think this is more important, then you do it first. Know when to say no, no, I don't want to do it, and stick to it, right? So I think for this one is to decide which is more important, plus to say no. Be firm, say no. Okay, next. I always make sure that I take some time out during my study sessions. Studying for too long can cause my mind to wander, cannot focus already. I make time, see, the word appeared just now, right? Make time to check on my social media accounts, grab a cup of tea, or take short walks. Believe that this strategy gives my mind a chance to recharge so I can do better. So I think for this one, take some time out. Yeah, this is the focus of this girl, HR. Then the last, time management involves conscious planning. Always plan and thoughtful decision making. Do I want to do my additional maths homework? Yes, you must. Okay, I'll prioritize my tasks each day and set a time limit suitable for them. I also organize things in detail to avoid unnecessary issues. These help me to become more productive. Sometimes I've got to be flexible too, because there are things beyond my control. So here he's thinking that he should plan, he should decide, thoughtful decision making, organize. Oh, he's talking about a lot of things, huh? And then flexible. Okay. Meaning he planned, but then he can change the plan as well. All right. So with that, we are done filtering through the answers, the text, I mean. All right. So let me adjust the size again. Sorry. Yeah. Right. So let's look. Immediately, we discuss. Having regular breaks helps me with my studies. Which one do you think is the answer? What do you think should be here? 33. Who said this? Someone said B-boy. Let's check. B-boy. Are you sure though? B-boy. Someone else said E. E would be a better answer. With my studies. Tapi dia sudah 40 tahun, you see, 40 years old. So he never mentioned studies, but if we look at E, she mentioned about study. Okay. So be careful when you choose the answers. But still, it's a good try, very good. Next, found a way to control my obsession. I think very obvious. Who is this? Who said this? Very obvious. Found a way to control it. Someone said A. Very good. Yes, that is the answer. I found a way to control my obsession with the phone. Are you? Anyone here obsessed with phones? Careful, you have SPM. Okay, more goals can be completed when I focus. Which one? I think quite obvious as well, right? Someone said F. Someone said C. They are both not the answers though. It's not D. Oh no. All goals can be completed when I focus. B boy. Yes. Yes. You see, because he started with, he cannot multitask. So he has to concentrate, take a break, and then move on. So meaning that he can do it better when he focus one by one the task. Right, the last one. I need to be able to handle unexpected situations. If suddenly something happens, I can change my plans. And it's quite obvious, right? Who said this? No one? I think quite obvious. It's Fatiha, right? Because I've got to be flexible too, because there are things beyond my control. For this, it's never mentioned in A, B, C, D, E. So obviously the answer here is F. Okay. So what I want to remind you here is you do not look at the keyword for the answers, because if you look at the keyword, some of the keywords may appear in other people's texts. So it's very easy to trick your 1 point. So that's why you have to be careful. Right, move on to this one. Okay, let me enlarge it. So yeah, let me enlarge it. A lot of times you can find that, it does feel like I can fit 2 answers in here. But we notice that for you to say exactly this is the answer, okay, there's a telltale sign, which is to identify for each of the slot what is meant to be there. Okay, the most common here should be a noun. This is what I'm talking about. There might be a suitable adjective that can be put here. There might be a suitable noun that can be put here. You have to pick between the two for you to slot in. This is when the understanding of part of speeches, whether you understand this is a noun, ini kata nama kah, kata kerja kah, is this a verb, is it adjective or noun? This is important here. If you don't know the differences, then this is where you lose your score. Okay, then you can be obviously adjective here. Okay, and then let me slightly okay. Though working on multiple things at once can be time saving, often you can never give them equal. I'm guessing here should be a noun as well. And the last one, the best way is to arrange your task according to the, I'm guessing, it should be a noun here. Again, it's flexible, it's subjected to changes, depends on the answers. But roughly you identify first what should be the correct answers here. Okay, so let's try. If you never seem to have enough time, better time management may help you to regain control of your days. The most common, all right, so what do you think is the answer here? Can anyone try? Anyone try and give me the answer? The most common what for people, especially students, is I know, yes, I unmuted myself. Okay, we continue, sorry. So, the devices is a common what to them? What do you think is the answer here? Distraction. Oh, someone said there. Yes. Yes. Very good. Distraction. Very good. the most common distraction for people is the devices. Okay, try setting a limit on the amount of time you use on your phone or when doing something, so you can be what? Whenever you have a long to-do list. Sorry. So that you can be what? Committed. Interesting. But do you have any other answers? I think concentrated. No. The related answer is this. You have a long to-do list and you want to be, okay, find it from here. Yes, very good. Productive. So as compared to committed, concentrated, productive would be a better answer here. Yes, you will say, teacher, that committed and concentrated looks correct here. Yes, but again, we are looking for the best answer. Okay, next. Though working on multiple things at once can be time-saving, often you can never give them equal what? You can do a lot at the same time, but you cannot give them equal. I think you can find it at the multitasking guide. Yes. Well, very good. Attention. Yes. All right. Next and the last for the day, before you answered another 10 questions later, the best. Oh no. Sorry, my phone keeps on muting myself. Okay, anyways, so the best way is to arrange your tasks according to and decline work that you do not have time to complete properly. Arrange your tasks according to susun kerja ikut apa. Goal, there is a better answer. There's a better answer here. Or just a reminder, we are looking for one word. One word. No more than one word. We should do this first. Should do this later. Where is that? No. Let's find it from Daryl. Daryl's text. According to and then decline those they do not have time to complete. No. There's one word that relates to you. Because of that, you will not have enough time, so you should reject. You should say no to that. It relates to this. It's from Daryl. It's from Daryl. Yeah. Okay, never mind, people. Let me give the answer. If not, we don't get to end the night. Deadlines. Kan, sini kan. Yes. Okay. So the best answer here would be deadlines. According to deadlines, arrange it according to deadlines. And if you know that you only have 1 day left, but you know that work takes you 3 days, you say, sorry, no, I'm not going to do it. Okay. So with that, we are done with the tips and tricks to all 5 parts of reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And this night is not over yet. The night is still young, as we say. Please scan this and then you answer the questions. Do remember to put the school, how do I put it? Daerah. Like, are you from Bintulu? Are you from Kuching? Because I have to guess certain schools where you're from. Yes. Now, please answer the post test. Empat kah?
Okay.
Oh, you're seeing a lot of answers already. So far, 6 people have answered.
Currently, we have 64 students.
64. Oh,
Most, I think it was 80 plus or something.
The pre-test was around 40 people exactly. Just to see post-test how many. Just to show, I gave this link to more reading practice. But actually, it just leads to one Terengganu 2023 paper. I do feel that it's an okay paper, so you can go and try. If you can't access the link, it's okay. You can just Google Terengganu 2023 paper. So that's one that you can try. Consistently, we realize that Terengganu and, oh my God, there's one more I cannot recall right now. Those 2 states are consistently producing good quality questions. So we always ask students to go and try those states. Okay. I think I can pass the session back to Gary already. Is it okay?
Okay. Well.
So far, only 6 people answered the post test. Please, jawab, jangan terjawab.
So students, please answer the post test as shown in the QR code, right? Now the time is already 9:48.
So sorry.
It's okay.
No.
So we'll give them some time, maybe 1 minute or 2, for them to answer the post test question. So while they are filling up the Google form, maybe a word or two, the last or 2 words, advice want to give them for this reading part for the exam, and the last word session.
Probably to do more practices. You can ask teachers for more, because the more you do, the more vocab you pick up, which might be tested in the exam. So just do more practice.
So a lot of reading, right? You have to
Yes.
find the meaning, right? It's
Yes.
a good tip. So I guess that ends for today's evening webinar. So as we draw this evening session to a close, we would like to take this opportunity to once again to thank our esteemed speaker, Ms. Hiwewe, Cikgu Hiwewe, for such an engaging and enlightening session. Also a heartfelt thank you to all participants, maybe teachers or parents, for joining us live via Zoho and YouTube. And we hope you found tonight's sharing beneficial as you prepare for your upcoming SPM 2025, which is just around the corner. Don't forget, mastering English reading is not just about reading, but truly understanding and responding correctly. And with the right techniques and practice, that A+ is well within your reach. So this concludes our 17th SPM Excellence Webinar Series. Stay tuned for the upcoming sessions, and don't forget to spread the word to fellow students and teachers. Until next time, stay safe, stay motivated, and all the best in your SPM journey. Thank you again to Cikgu Miss Huey. See you again next time. Thank you and good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Welcome, Cikgu.